Welcome to Conversations. I'm Suresh Kochadru. A debate is always good. Remember our school days when we used to debate on topics that were kind of thrown at us and we all participated with a natural enthusiasm. But as we grow up, we become more serious in debates. And that's a problem. We are no longer our natural selves. We kind of play to the politics. And that's what happens in televised debates with a lot of preconditions in it. Like for example, the mics won't be switched off, it will be switched off at the right time, switched off at the right time. Everything happens. No prepared script, nothing of that sort. And naturally, that's what happened at the ABC's first presidential debate between the former US President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. We know that the previous debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden went awry for Biden. He totally lost it, and with it, he had to quit the presidential race. But this time, it was something different. Trump was against somebody who was not Biden. And in fact, Kamala Harris made that point again and again, telling Trump, look, you're contesting against me, not Biden, so don't speak about him. But then Trump has his reason to speak because he's speaking about the policies of the government, which Kamala Harris is a part of. And that is the trouble. Anyway, once the thing is all over, there were a lot of debates on different channels and people were giving their surveys saying he won, they won, who won, all that stuff. But let's remember, it's all not about debates. Debates are not going to win the election. That's exactly what even Kamala Harris said. And Donald Trump was even more brazen. He said he didn't care about what happens to debate. In fact, he said that ABC had rigged the debate and had some soft questions for Kamala Harris, but were tough on him. We know Trump, he's a natural self, whereas Kamala Harris was projecting a more mature face. It's a different question who wins or who loses in a debate. The final thing is who wins the election. Who wins the election is the most important thing. Well, there are many other reactions that came in from the ABC News, which of course we all know is owned by Disney. And Trump called it rigged, as I told you, and many other early viewers also felt that Harris emerged a clear winner in the debate. There are many topics that came up in the debate. One of them was abortion. Both of them were like having different points of view. Kamala Harris said nobody should tell a woman what to do with her baby, and Trump had a different point of view that he did something that in his time was good enough. Then came immigration, and that was the most shocking thing because in this fiery 90-minute debate, Harris kind of frequently rattled the former US president and kind of threw him off track sometimes, raised the temperature and a highly anticipated contest that came in. In fact, her pointed digs, at the size of, for example, Trump's crowds at this rallies, who saying people leave his rallies before even it begins. Well, it's not really true, but that's what she felt so. Anyway, it happens even in India. Some of the big political rallies, people having waited for hours together, start leaving the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Of course, she spoke about the conduct of Donald Trump during that Capitol riot, which of course he blamed. He said he was only asked to come and speak there. And that is what it is all about. And since his administration is something that he believes that he can speak about, Trump went on and on about doing what he was. For example, even the debate about the Gaza thing, about Israel. And Trump pointedly said, if Kamala Harris is elected as the president, Israel wouldn't exist after 2 years. Now that was pushing her into saying something. And she said, oh yeah, I'm all for a ceasefire and the hostages should get out. Well, both the things won't happen at the same time. And she knows for sure that her leftist ideologies, which was very clear in the 2020 elections, is not going to get her anywhere this time. She needs to be more mature. She needs to be more centrist than even rightist. In fact, Kamala Harris was goading Trump all the while, saying that his past conduct, his comments, everything she was bringing up, it seemed to me that she was better prepared. Trump was not. She was leading the questions. Of course, ABC was helping her in that. And he was kind of reacting to it. And definitely he said, I don't want to really take another debate. Well, that is typical Trump. In fact, in an early question on immigration, we saw what he said. He said, people, they're emptying out the jails in Venezuela, Haiti, and other places, and people are coming here. That's why their crime rates have come down and our crime rates in the US have gone up. In fact, people are eating, those people who come from outside are eating cats and dogs. That is a kind of, statement which the ABC claims that was not really true, but later on we came to know, yes, there were some instances like that. But then that brought in a little bit of more masala into the debate, if you ask me. In fact, the former president clearly kind of reacted to most of the things. And in fact, One of his main strengths should have been defending his rally sizes and, belittling hers. But then Trump went from there to an extended, then kind of riff-off, then debunked the Haitian immigrants in the town of Springfield, Ohio. And that is exactly the point. I mean, if you're eating your neighbor's cats and dogs, I mean, then better have some statistics on hand. But he didn't seem to have it at that point. But later on, we realized, yes, something did happen. In fact, if debates are won and lost on which candidate takes the best advantage on issues where they are strong, then it's a different thing. Then elections would be over tomorrow. But it is not happening that way. In fact, CNN had a snap poll after that, and those watching the Harris performance said she performed better. The question is about economy, for example. And Trump always said inflation is kind of killing the country. And she said she had a better plan for her government. The question is, what is she doing in the present government? Why is inflation so high? Then came the manufacturing. Then came the Ukraine war. And, Kamala Harris said, if Trump was in power, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv. Now, that shows that, the power which Trump had. Of course, we know that for a fact that what happened in Afghanistan, what happened in Iraq with the previous governments was all a mess up. And definitely, Trump would have kind of influenced Putin in some way. But then how much could he do? That's a question which you and me kind of guess on. Then it has various things. The economy was one, abortion was one, as I said. In fact, the Biden administration is not really popular with the people of US because they feel that he is messed up. He's kind of, he handled the inflation and the economy, and Kamala Harris was the member. She's the vice president at the end of the day. She cannot say that I don't know anything. Public opinion, in fact, indicate many Americans are unhappy. So she needed to react to it. She can't say that I have a plan. What did you do with your present plan? That's the question. And of course, she kind of went after Trump for across the board tariff which he has proposed, what she called a Trump sales tax, and then brought up the Project 2025, the controversial independent conservative plan for future Republican administration. As in the past, Trump distanced himself from the project and defended his tariff plan, noting that the Biden administration had kept many of the tariff in his first presidency. So they retained whatever Trump had bought in. But these were valid points, but it kept them from hammering the vice president. He should have done on that inflation and consumer price. He should have gone after her on that. But he was reacting to more things, and he was kind of jumping from places to places. He should have been more coherent, but then knowing Trump, that's the way he behaves. We can't do anything about it. And if you really ask me, if I look at the piece of paper in front of me and if I read from it also, from the surveys that are there, economy, immigration, abortion, the Russia-Ukraine war, gun control, there again, Trump was saying that, she's trying to take back the guns. And she said, me and my vice president candidate, both of us have guns. We are not taking it back because we know that the gun lobby in the US is pretty powerful. No matter the shootouts happening and people getting killed in different parts in schools, colleges, and even malls. But then, that's it. And of course, the Capitol attack, she bought in there. At the end of the day, she said, it's important to remind the former president that you're running against me, not Biden. And Trump, of course, had to say that those people are eating cats and dogs who are coming from outside. They're emptying the jails. And that is a point. Because what happens to the immigration control is a very important thing. And Kamala Harris said that they didn't have a bill. But then President Trump tried to block it. He blocked it. He got his people to block the bill. So the question is, where does US go from here? What will you see in the days to come? And with just about a month and a half left for the election, what will really happen? And will Trump or will Kamala Harris make it? There's more to go. And as I say, a week is a long time in politics. Let's watch what happens. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.